Hi everyone, and welcome to a short episode of All About Space with me, Christophe Paget. Short because I just came back from holidays and I still wanted to show you some of the recent news and the launches this week. So you might remember in the news on the 8th of March 2024 about a piece of space debris falling onto a house in Naples in Florida. NASA confirmed it came from the exposed battery pallet of its ISS lithium-ion battery orbital replacement units for replacing the existing nickel-hydrogen batteries carried by the JAXA HTV-9 mission on August 20th, 2020. Now, this pallet was the last of a series of transportation of replacement batteries. The HTV-9 mission upper stage re-entered the atmosphere with the exposed battery pallet carrying old nickel hydrogen batteries of the previous mission HTV-8. However, no further HTV missions were planned to return the exposed battery pallets of HTV-9 and subsequently was disposed of by jettisoning into orbit on 11th of March 2021 using Space Station Remote Manipulator System. This image comes from the ExoMars Trace Gas Orbiter from ESA and Roscosmos, which has been analyzing Mars's surface since October 2016. Recently, ESA pointed out this surprising picture of what could look like a spiders near Mars's south pole. Now, these features form when spring sunshine falls on layers of carbon dioxide deposited over the dark winter months. The sunlight causes carbon dioxide ice at the bottom of the layer to warm up and turn to gas, which then builds up and breaks through slabs of overlaying ice. The emerging gas, laden with dark dust, shoots up through cracks in the ice in the form of a tall fountain or geysers before falling back down and settling on the surface, creating dark spots. So this same process creates characteristics spider-shaped patterns etched beneath the ice, the very same patterns shown here. In French Guiana, ArianeGroup is showing real progress lately in terms of hardware readiness at its site in Kourou. It started with the vertical erection of Ariane 6 first stage at the movable assembly hall and launch zone, followed by transport and assembly of both Model 1 P120C side boosters, well ahead of the summer maiden flight. With the two boosters complementing the center core, all the propulsion stages for Europe's new rocket Ariane 6 are on the launch pad. Each P120C side boosters is filled with 142 tons of solid rocket fuel, measuring 13.5 meter long and 3.4 meter wide, with 4.5 million newton of thrust for 130 seconds, taking Ariane 6 to 70 kilometer altitude before stage separation. Ariane 6 is Europe's newest rocket. It will ensure continued independent access to space, lost since Ariane 5 was discontinued in July 2023 and the last Vega rocket in October 2023. His replacement, Vega C, suffered its first incident in December 2022 and is unlikely to fly again until the end of 2024. At Starbase, further updates and repairs are taking place, as you can see on your screen. Booster 13 was completed enough to be sent to Massy site for cryogenic testing. The Star Factory facade by the Highway 4 is nearing completion, and the factory is growing closer to the High Bay and Mega Bay. The launch mount booster quick disconnect hood was removed and put back, and removed and now put back again. Now we can see soil drilling for ground reinforcement for the second Megazilla tower, not far from the first one. The Massicide static fire mount and trench is progressing well. You can see some rendering on how it is supposed to look like, if the team behind the particular rendering is correct, and it will include a rolling platform to aid the vehicle access. Now, SpaceX continues his aim of getting rid of his vertical homemade ground support equipment tanks, as you can see here, where both the outer shell and the inner tank are being chopped up. April 21st, China Aerospace Science and Technology Corporation launched a Long March 2D with its Yogan 4202 mission from China. Now, 2 days later, SpaceX launched a batch of Starlink satellites from Florida for his mission Group 653. The first stage flew for his 9th time and landed onto a drone ship. Incidentally, this was Falcon 9's first stage 300th landing. On the same day, Rocket Lab launched his Electron from New Zealand for his mission Beginning of the Swarm. The novelty here was one of the two satellites was the NASA's Advanced Composite Solar Sail System. And the last flight of the week took place on April 25th, with CASC sending 3 taikonauts aboard a Chenzhou capsule with a Long March 2FG to the Chinese space station Tiangong for his mission Chenzhou 18 from China. The crew was Guangfu Ye, Kong Li, and Guangsu Li. The capsule then arrived at the station 6.5 hours later, meeting up with their colleagues to further stay around 5 to 6 months in orbit at an altitude of 400 kilometers or 250 miles. To date, since January 24, a total of 80 launches took place, where 77 were successful. So Chinese companies have now successfully launched 17 rockets, and US companies have launched successfully 48 rockets, with 4 not launched on US soil, but rather in New Zealand. You may have heard that due to funding issues at NASA, Chandra Space Telescope is being decommissioned in the coming year or two. So I wanted to end this episode with years of surveys of 2 supernova remnants from Chandra. These images are those of Cassiopeia A on your left and Crab Nebula on your right, showing Chandra's ability of tracing astronomical changes over a long period of time. Dramatic changes are apparent in the debris and radiation remaining after the explosion of these 2 massive stars in our galaxy. Such time-lapse movies would not be possible without Chandra's archives that serves as public repositories for the data collected over Chandra's nearly 25 years of operations. Thank you very much for watching. I wish you a lovely week and see you again for the next episode. Goodbye, folks.